Hey yo, what's up guys? I just want to come in and make another podcast episode today. Just because obviously we're trying to get to that 21 and I kind of want to just really cruise through them. Let me move the mic a little bit closer actually. I'm going to make it a little bit better. I just wanted to come in and talk about, I guess just kind of maybe a little bit of my story. Just because I haven't really talked about that very much, and I think it might be hopefully contribute something. I feel like everyone's life path might have some type of value, so kind of talking about it might be good. Essentially, yeah, name's Connor. We basically was born in Wyoming, moved around a lot as a kid, had a good childhood overall. Moved around a lot. I feel like that kind of it impacts you a lot as a kid because you make friends and then you move on and then you make friends and then you move on and then you make friends and then you move on, which I think helps in good ways. It develops your friend making, like it makes you kind of an outgoing person, or I guess more outgoing when you can kind of just move. It kind of just forces you to get into new circles and that stuff. Once we moved into different states, all that stuff, kind of all over the U.S. at the end of the day. What else? Once I kind of hit my teen years, I went through a little bit of a rebellious phase. Like I was kind of a little bit of a wild child. I got in trouble a lot. I got in trouble with the law. Was just kind of making stupid decisions. Was fighting all the time. Got into some theft, which was really stupid. Just overall, just kind of in and out of trouble with the law and always missing school and just making and going to parties and just making the not the best decisions, which definitely impacted me in good ways and bad. It definitely made me learn lessons easy. It made me learn lessons quicker in life, but it also kind of was like a fail flat on your face type of lesson sometimes. Um, yeah, I guess I kind of just created a little bit of identity that I was a bit of a troublemaker, and I guess weirdly, I kind of liked it when I was that age. Like, I just felt like I was kind of like a troublemaker and I was an outcast, and it almost made me kind of feel different. I don't know. It's weird to think about back in the day, but at the end of the day, I don't regret any of the things that I did because it just kind of makes you who you are, and I feel like some of those things led me into becoming who I am today, who I'm kind of like a risk taker, and I think like that comes from who I was back then. Like, I'm not really afraid to kind of fail on my face because I'm kind of good at it. Um, and I guess that's just kind of another thing. Like, just when you're younger, you don't really think about your decisions and how that impact you later on, but I'm grateful that I went through all those experiences, but it definitely um, came with some heartbreak and some pain. I was like jumped. I got really really messed up from it. I kind of turned into like a dark depression, and I was just so shameful that I couldn't like defend myself, and it kind of fucked me up for a while. Kind of dealt with some bullying, feeling like isolated and alone. Like I remember there was like 2 weeks of school where I think I went and like not a single soul talked to me, or no, like I felt like I was literally invisible, and that was really really painful. And I never really processed it until I kind of got into my 20s. But when you're in your like 16, 17, and you get jumped and you feel depressed and you feel alone, it just is this really dark place. And when I was in that dark place is kind of like the times where I lashed out, and I was fighting all the time. I was just having massive parties, and I was ditching school, and I was basically just doing whatever I wanted whenever I wanted, and not really caring about who it impacted and how. And I feel like it led me to hurting people that I care about, or letting people down that I really care about, especially my family. Like when I think about who I was back then, it hurts. Like some of the decisions that I was making definitely had some impact on how people saw me. And I feel like I almost had to like recreate myself. And that's just part of the journey. I think I kind of recreated myself, I would say, when I was like 18, 19, when I actually moved out. Graduated, moved in with a buddy, and then I was hanging out with just like a crowd that I felt like was all right. Like we were friends, but it just wasn't who I like wanted to be around all the time. And I ended up meeting a girl, and we were together for ages. We were together for a really long time, and I felt like those were some of the most pivotal years of my life, because that's when I felt like I really became the type of man of who I wanted to be. Like kind of wild story. Like we were helping raise kids. We were in college full time. We were working full time. It was just kind of like a grind, and we went through it all together. And I'm so grateful for that experience in my life, because there's a lot of like up and down and so much stress and all that stuff, but it kind of really made me who I am. Like each year and each chapter of your life, I feel like just brings you so much, and you can look back on the lessons that it does for you. And those years were really pivotal in me becoming the type of man that I want to be. Like I really found out kind of what kind of dad I would like to be, and what kind of husband I would like to be. And wildly enough, I got married. I got married. We were just really in love, and we really cared about each other, and we just felt like at the time that was like the best decision, because we really loved and cared about each other. And we were so young, and life happens, and like you go through things, and realized how young we truly were. That didn't quite work out. Was a bit of a brutal breakup, just like brutal heartbreak for me. Um, we definitely like ended all right. Like it was painful, but just handled all right. Like the divorce was smooth. Definitely still wish the best for each other, and like ended on all right terms, and can definitely talk, and definitely friends, and will always and care about her and her family, all that stuff. So eventually, if anybody sees this, I just want those years were some of the best years of my life, and just grateful for them. That next chapter after that was probably my the chapter that truly made me who I am. Like that's when I truly focused all on growth, and that's where I also kind of fell in love with business and just different side hustles and grinding at work, and kind of going into that hustle culture that we talked about in earlier episodes. And I just went so hard. I was doing like a garage selling business. I got into network marketing at the time, built a team, was selling products, going to the community, learned a lot about leadership, met John Maxwell, met a ton of like crazy millionaires and all that stuff, and fell in love with kind of like personal development, growth, and all of that stuff, which was so pivotal. Moved in with my good friends, moved back to Colorado, got promoted, grind even harder, built my leadership skills, got promoted again, moved on, was single for a while, really just focused on myself, started dating, got into another serious relationship, was really good, overall very healthy, really cared about her as well, great girl. We really worked well together, and we focused kind of on our career development. I got promoted again. That's when it went into like the 2 cars, the motorcycle, the exciting stuff, financially. And then it just kind of realized that I was working 18-hour days and 20-hour days, and I didn't have time for. I had a social life, but I didn't have a social life, and I realized all my friends didn't call me to ask to hang out because they knew how much I worked, and my family didn't ask me to hang out as much because they know how much I worked, and I realized that I wasn't doing the right things. Like I was so focused on work that I wasn't focused on anything social. So decided to, and I went like 6 years without a vacation or a holiday or anything. So I just had so much vacation time saved up. Decided to take a holiday. I took a month off, sold everything I owned. Partner and I at the time, we ended up breaking up. Wish each other the best, just on different life paths, because I decided to kind of that I wanted to come to New Zealand, and she wanted to move somewhere else, and we just kind of chatted that was what was going to be best. Then we separated. I just gave her everything, all of our furniture, all of our stuff, that we purchased together, and she just took it all. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna live in my car. So I sold everything I owned, lived in my car, traveled, did road trips, met tons of people, incredible. I'll have to make a whole other podcast episode about that because it was just so much fun. Quite a journey, met a bunch of people, sprained my ankle, spent time with family and friends that I loved more than anything. Then I decided to come to New Zealand, which kind of started this whole journey. Restarted my life, decided to stay in New Zealand because I originally was just going to come for a month, and then created a sales journey, got into direct-to-consumer sales, started in gym sales, and got into fundraising. Now I do fundraising and hopefully pivoting into some other roles and doing some stuff in my sales journey within the next few months to year. And yeah, that's been kind of my journey so far. I'll have to go more into details and crack into some real stories just because I feel like that's just the general knowledge of my life. Very basic, and I can definitely go deeper, but I just kind of want to come document that a little bit. So another episode down. Hopefully we contributed something. All the best to everyone. Thanks for tuning in to these podcasts. If you're making it till the end, please like, comment. Let me know what's resonating with you, what you want more of, what you want less of. Subscribe if you're seeing it. It would mean the world to me. And hopefully we're contributing something. So this is Contribution with Connor. All the best and much love. Have a good day, everyone.